Show that enables women to share their own secrets and insights to wellness, one story at a time. Well, today we're going to do something a little different. We always have Elaine Blanchette. I try to get the correct pronunciation in there.
Elaine.
How do you say it? I have to ask you every time here. How do you say it?
Elaine.
Elaine, because it's Elaine?
Elaine. Like Ellen DeGeneres?
Oh, Ellen, like Ellen DeGeneres. Okay, all right,
Ellen,
I'll remember
yes,
that.
Ellen.
Everybody wants to say Helen or Helene, but I know you're French-Canadian where you just can't seem
All
to
kinds of
access your accent here. Well, thanks for coming on today. I wanted a chance. It's the end of the year, and we're in the middle of the greatest health crisis I've ever experienced in my life. We're scared, and yet we seem hopeful. It's around Christmas. What are you seeing? What are you offering people? And what's your word of hope for this holiday season here?
Well, Paul, thank you for asking this, because if there's one year where people needed to have a little bit of wellness, and I think that the general problem that we see right now is people are suffering from a lot of anxious thoughts, right? A lot of anxiety is rising to the surface. I think it's the number one thing that happened this year. Insecurity always bring a lot of anxious thoughts. Anxious thoughts bring lack of sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And lack of sleep brings all kinds of inflammation, and it's just like a vicious circle, right?
Yeah,
that happens.
it's a snowball.
Unfortunately.
Yeah,
exactly. So what we can't control is what's going on with that pandemic and so many other things, depending on which states that you live in,
Yeah.
right? If you live in California, you dealt also with the fire, and if you live right now in New York, you're dealing with a major snowstorm. I mean, it's just a very special, crazy year. Oh, and I forgot there was an election.
Yeah, not a real smooth one either here.
To make anybody go crazy, right? So I think that for CBD, as a general rule, for anything that is, CBD related, there was definitely an increase in the need for having relaxation products that promotes relaxation, promotes also, removing stress. But we added one thing to that this year. When we saw what was going on, we said, let's also add laughter, because laughter is one of the most important things to wellness. If you don't, laughter makes you relax, right? So if we mix laughter and wellness products together, we will have the perfect combination for the holidays. First of all, we thought, as you know, My Jane is a woman-led company, and it's, we are woman-led. We encourage women brands. We are focused on women's wellness, and we also care for women by our charity, alliance, that is International Sanctuary, that help women that are survivors of human trafficking. So it's really like a full 360 degrees. So when we looked at what happened in the pandemic, there's two things that happened. More women lost their jobs, and women were stuck at home with the kids, having to school them, having the husband also or their partner working from home.
Right.
But naturally, they were often working themselves. I forgot that part, because so many heroic women are doing all of that.
And I got to stop you for 1 second, because that's a statistic that slides through in the conversations here and there. More women lost their jobs or gave up their jobs, perhaps, than men did, because when push came to shove and the kids somebody had to stay home with the kids, more women were forced to or chose to stay home and take on that duty. And that meant that all the progress women have made trying to fight and get into the workplace and all the other things, a lot of that's, they're gonna have to fight all over again. A lot of that was lost.
Yeah, all of that was lost, but not the sentiment that women felt through it, right? That was not lost. The level of stress for women increase dramatically. So
I think more than men. I think everybody was stressed, but I don't think we understand quite the effect. And I wonder if we're going to have sort of a pandemic, post-pandemic stress disorder that's going to pop up. Or is there a? It's all like being.
exactly.
We've been in a car crash, and for those who've been in a car crash, I'm fortunate to have been in one and survived. You get out immediately and you say, "How am I? Oh, I'm fine." And then it isn't until later you go, "Oh, wait, maybe I'm not so fine."
Yeah, but it's true, the PTSD. So it's a really it's a perfect ugly storm that happens for women in general. And so we thought this year we should have, and I think it's so appropriate as a name. I have the box here.
Let's see it. Yeah,
I know that we are streaming live both on YouTube and on radio. So for those of you who will actually see it, we called it the She Survival Box. So She Survival Box is actually in honor of all of those amazing women that do it all and succeed to just do it all. And now I'm not even talking specifically about, like I said, those heroic women that are single with kids, right? And are the breadwinner, main breadwinner, they're everything. So we called it She Survival Box. We thought that it was a good way to, we're thinking of all the friends that want to support their other friends, or, you know, the mom that had to deal with all their family should actually give them a box like that. And that box was really well thought. As you know, we always put a lot of things in
beautifully packaged, very cleverly designed, and the curation of the products that you find. Talk about what's in the products. What's in the box there?
In that particular box, and it's a Hedger Humor edition. And I don't know if you know Adrienne Hedger. She's a famous cartoonist from Orange County, California.
Was she on one of your shows? Is that the one that was on? There was a cartoonist.
She was on one of our shows. And Adrienne is, like I said, a famous cartoonist. She's being published. She's got millions of followers. And she designed and drew cartoons that are like every day, and I'm going to show them. It's called Distress Yourself.
Boy, we need that.
And that was exclusively made for My Jane, and it pictures all kinds of, you know, scenarios of what a woman goes through, and she's inspired by her own life. So she knows she's got kids, and she is working from home, and so is her husband. So she knows exactly what she's talking about. So she's got all kinds of inspiration of, you know, things that are extremely funny. I mean, the first one is a mother sitting in the bathroom on the toilet in the bathroom, and all the kids, the husband, everybody's asking her questions, and, you know,
all at once.
She can't have a moment alone, right?
Yeah, right.
And then she associates it with one of the products that is in the box. So it's extremely funny. So it provides both laughter when you look at it, and it de-dramatizes the situation, hopefully for a moment.
Isn't that what we need? Let's just take a step back and de-dramatize. If we can do that, we've been through fires and pandemics and political warfare. You know, we're stressed and strained and pulled in every direction possible here.
And then what we've did it, and I think that's such a cute aspect of it, is there's a doorknob.
Little door hanger. Yeah, right.
A door hanger. Yeah, sorry, the doorknob. Door hanger. And the door hanger says, "Keep out woman in serious recovery mode. In violation of this fundamental me time will be prosecuted to the extent of my patience." And in the back of it, it says, "Accepting favors. You need to be forgiven for something. I will accept a dream box of My Jane as a token of your gratitude for all I do for you." Come on.
What a clever idea. Yeah, what a clever idea. So you're not just taking products that people are asking for. We're stressed. We're under severe strain. We're not sleeping well. The typical products that people come to you for anyway. And you're taking it and wrapping it in an appealing holiday presentation filled with a little entertainment and love and a little laughter. Boy, that's not something you see very
And
often today.
we wanted a lot of women to be able to get it, so we made it extremely affordable. I mean, you have over $100 and something of products in
Yeah.
it, and we sell it for $59.
Oh my goodness.
Just so we wanted everybody to be able to afford them, but
And can we still get it? Do you ship it? Do you deliver it? Is it too late?
Yeah, you can still get it. If you're listening to it now, you can still get it. And it was selected by several magazines as top 5 gift of the holidays because of its.
I believe it
because inside we always have.
Because you're dealing with a topic that everybody understands. We're burned out. We need a little boost. We need a little help to get us through the night here. And yet you're doing it in a way that's not only, as always, beautifully packaged. It has a very elegant presentation. I feel like I gave my wife one last year. I feel like I'm giving her something from Tiffany's or something. It's like that blue box from Tiffany's that everybody associates with them. I think you have but you're adding another element that I haven't seen before. What was the inspiration for that? Why humor this time? I know you need it, but where did that come from?
The inspiration was originally a friend of mine called Shanier, and Shanier, called me one day and she says, all my friends are going nuts with what's going on and with their kids at home and everything. She says, don't you have something that will actually help?
Yeah, right.
I said, of course we do, but I said, from hearing you, I think you all need a little laughter too. And so we started to think of how can we create a box that would have both wellness and laughter. And then, came along Adrian Hedger, and it was just a natural fit with what we wanted to do. So inside we also included like little cards, and each of the little card has an indication of the product, and it will say, keep calm when you're about to lose it. Just take a sniff of this little beautiful lavender pouch. And there's all the products inside are just designed to give you a little bit of me time and a little bit of relaxation and calm you.
Well, they say laughter is the best medicine, so you must have a lot of medicine packed in that box there.
Exactly. So we have products that are a beautiful face mask, for instance, a bath bomb to relax you. You have a tincture, tranquility to help you sleep. You have.
And what's the difference between a balm is something you put on the exterior, right? A tincture is something you put under your tongue. It gets absorbed differently, right?
Actually, a tincture can be used both ways, and that's the beauty of the tincture. It's an oil that you, like any a natural product, you would put it under your tongue as drops. Mm-hmm. But if you want to use and you have pain somewhere on a finger or anything, you just apply the oil directly on it, and it also can be put on the skin. So that's a very good thing about those.
Because again, I think I don't want to. Maybe this is too harsh of me to say this, but people associate CBD products and of course cannabis products in general is something that you've got to smoke or ingest or whatever here. And I keep saying, no, this is CBD. This is a whole different world here. Talk about that. This isn't stuff that's going to get you high. This is stuff that's going to help you through.
Give that box to your grandma, to your sister, to your mom, to your kid. I mean, no, really, honestly, what I mean is it's
safe.
Very inoffensive and safe. It's made out of, it's plant-based medicine, if I could say. It's plant-based, not medicine as goodness. So you have the hemp plant. So in the cannabis family, you have the marijuana plant and you have the hemp plant.
Right.
The hemp plant is a plant that does not contain THC.
Right.
And THC is the component of the marijuana plant that gets you high.
Right.
So the hemp has no THC. So I mean, and when it does have a little bit of THC, it's like traces of it, like a drop of water in an ocean.
And
so
THC, hemp rather, was something that our forefathers, George Washington grew it, Thomas Jefferson grew it, because they used it for the fibers for all sorts of amazing things.
Yeah. It's used, the entire plant is used for all kinds of things.
Right.
Absolutely.
shirts, clothing, rope for
Yeah.
years, rope like in ships, they
Ropes.
made a rope out of it and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And also was used as a medicine for
As a
by many
balm,
generations.
yeah,
Even
right. It was
Queen
in,
Victoria was using it.
right.
But
It's a
basic,
traditional curative, it's a traditional
it's because it
medicine.
has anti-inflammatory
Right.
components,
That's
right?
the
And
key.
that's the beauty of it. It does appease anything that is inflamed. Now, because what we've discovered through all the studies that were done on the hemp plant is that in the cannabis plant is that they realized that the body has an endocannabinoid system. And that endocannabinoid system is made of receptors that are spread all through our body. And when you have, and it's meant to actually provide a balance to your body. So when your body goes out of whack, the endocannabinoid system is there to rebalance it. But in the crazy life, it's certainly in 2020, the
Yeah.
crazy life we live in, what happens is your body is not able to secrete on its own enough to be able to rebalance itself.
And these
So
cannabinoids that we've done lots of shows on this, these cannabinoids, these little compounds within the plants, it's almost like there's a key, there's a lock in your body, and these are little keys, they go and unlock it.
right.
They really, that's one way that I heard somebody describe it. I thought it was very elegant.
It's
Your
a
body
very
is
good way.
tuned into these kinds of substances, and it uses these anti-inflammatory compounds to reduce inflammation in your head, in your heart, in your
it's like
body.
a cream on dry skin, right?
Right.
The skin will absorb it because it needs it. But
It
the
needs
same way, the hemp is in the hemp you have about 100 components, and one of the compound is CBD, which is a cannabinoid.
I don't know that I ever asked you this before, but you don't look like an old hippie here who was out growing pot in
I'm
the
not.
backwoods here. As I understand it, didn't you work for like Xerox or something here?
I did. I was
So how did you wake up to the potential and possibilities, not only the potential of the product and the amazing properties associated with it, but the entrepreneurial opportunity of creating a woman-based business to bring these products to that market that may or may not be comfortable or aware of them?
That's right, exactly. Especially when you have to those who are, I would say, on the fence,
Right.
who heard about it, and who would like to, but there's like stigma
My wife.
behind because
My
we
wife
don't
never
know the
smoked.
distinction between the plants, and we don't know, you know. I always say banana and ginger is the same family, actually.
They are. I didn't
Right?
even
But
know that.
it's two
Well,
different.
I knew that the
Yeah.
world had changed when my wife, who's would never, consume cannabis. She's never smoked pot or anything in her life, even though she's kind of wild and crazy. That was just, that's not something you do, particularly as you get older and are living in suburbia and raising kids and stuff here. And I came home after meeting you guys and saying, "Do you know anything about this CBD stuff?" She says, "No, about it. We've got it in our house right over here. They sell it at CVS." I mean, this has radically changed in a really short period of time, the
Exactly.
acceptance to this.
And hemp is definitely the one that became popular because it was descheduled by the government,
Right.
knowing that it's not there's no
Not a dangerous substance. It's not-
dangerous or
right.
side effect.
It got
to it
thrown
at
under the
all.
bus
And
because it was in the same family as cannabis, but it had none of the same effects,
that's
or
right,
few of the
exactly.
same effects. Yeah.
So that's the beauty of it. And today, yes, you can find it anywhere. But what you want to make sure that you can find it too often anywhere, even on Amazon, and you should be careful of what you buy, though. So that's why we at My Jane, we go through a very rigorous process of selection, and it's hard to be in our box.
I'm going to
It's
say
hard for a vendor to be in our box.
I've
because
seen that.
We
It's
really have high standards. They cannot come in our box if there's a trace of chemical or is a trace of
Pesticides,
or
yeah.
mold or anything like that into the plant. And it has to have that if it says it's 10 milligram of CBD, that there is 10 milligram of CBD. And we have to know all of that. And we have to have the certificate of analysis of the third-party lab that tested the product, that we know this lab so that we know it's the right result. So we go through a lot to make sure that we have a very good.
And the analogy I always use is years ago when all these health food stores open up, Mothers and places like that, and everybody started getting interested in other alternatives other than pain medications, for example, or pills. And they started looking at a variety of different herbal substances, and that became a huge deal, kind of the precursor to where we're at now with cannabis and other things. Whole aisles set up at Mothers for alternative remedies and treatments to ordinary problems that we just don't know how to handle in Western medicine here, except giving you a pill and hoping it goes away. So when they went into that herbal extract industry, it wasn't real. It was the Wild West. So you think you're getting 10 milligrams of St. John's wort or something here or whatever, and it might be 100 milligrams or 0 milligrams or 1 milligram. And what else did they mix with it? Well, I didn't know they mixed this and this and this with it too.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly. So we look at every aspect of it because a lot of our customers have allergies, have conditions as well, so they want to know what's in it. So we go through everything. We have certain products in details where someone's going to say, okay, you have vitamin E in it. Where does the vitamin E come
Exactly.
from? And what's in that vitamin E? Is there corn? Is there soy? Like things you have to go into the deep details
Exactly.
to be able to understand what's in it to make sure that we are.
Well, I always say you guys you're doing three things that I've never seen before. One, you are going through these products and making sure that they're safe and efficacious, if that's the word. You're getting what you think you're getting without the stuff that you don't want in there. That is not, because it's not regulated by the FDA, so somebody needs to go do that stuff on the consumer's behalf, right? Right. That's number one. And then two, you're bringing it to the market in a way that I don't see. It's not being sold. I don't feel like I'm buying from a drug dealer. I'm buying a beautiful, uplifting product that's well curated and explained to me, because I don't know what to do with all this stuff. So just because I go to Mothers and buy these things and bring them home, I don't know what to do with them or how to mix them or what. So I'm experimenting. You've done the experimentation. You're the guiding person to help us through this. You actually will supply people to they can contact and say, what do I do and how about this? It's almost like guiding you more than the kid at the store saying, I don't know, try this one. Everybody seems to buy this one. And then the last is you really do package it in a clever way that I've never seen before. I mean, it's just
it is a beautiful
package. What a great Christmas gift, not just because it looks good, because it'll make you feel good, but because it's good for you. I mean, that's really what amazes me about all this stuff here.
This beautiful aroma that you have when you receive the box that just enchants you from the start.
Yeah, hold it up again and just to give us a quick idea of some of the things in there, and then we'll end with how they can get a hold of this.
Yes, of course. So the My Jane box, beautifully.
This is the She Survive package. This is your survival kit?
Survival box.
Okay.
Yes. So the She Survival box, let me just put it here so
that's the outer band, right? The clever
survival box, Hedger Humor Edition.
Yeah.
And inside that box, let me hold it a little bit. You have.
Look at that. I mean, that's like something you'd get from what's the fancy place you get all the fruit and the nuts and everything, and that's a fancy box.
Yes, a gift box, right?
Harry and David,
beautiful gift box. So you have this fabulous Canafloria little pouch that if you when you're going to bed, you can sniff it. It calms you, or if you're very stressed at work or stressed at home, it's a very nice pouch that you want to smell, and it gives you that
aromatherapy, a well thought out thing.
Aromatherapy, that's exactly what it is.
Right.
We always have, as you know, in our box a bracelet or a piece of jewelry of some sort that is made by a survivor of human trafficking.
Yeah, that's very touching.
Yes, and we have also inside, it's a little tincture called Tranquility, and this is made by a oncologist and a gynecologist, two doctors, very famous doctors, Dr. Chung in Chicago And they created these products for their patients that had
You do that all the
cancer
time. You
that
bring
were.
doctors on. This isn't just a bunch of hippies saying, let's
Oh
try
my
this. I
God,
mean,
no,
this is
these are
well
amazing,
researched and thought through.
amazing doctors, amazing doctors. We always have a sleep mask, our satin
Yeah.
sleep mask in the box because we think it's such a great thing. We have little bath bombs from
Yeah.
Supreme
Bath
that
bombs.
promotes
But,
relaxation.
right.
We have also a little vanilla candle for the mood, setting the mood. And we imagine that the person's going to make, pour a bath and put the bath bomb, light a candle, and relax.
You know what I think this is? This is an experience in a box. This isn't
It is
just a
an
bunch of
experience.
packaged products.
And you have a fabulous mantra mask, face mask.
Okay.
That's wonderful. And of course, our signature lip balm that
Yeah,
is
my wife loves that.
champagne and raspberry. And it is the delight of our customers.
My wife is addicted to all lipsticks and lip balms. She just, I don't know, she gets such a kick out of them, and it makes her feel happy.
And this one is amazing. It's raspberry and champagne.
Oh.
And it tastes wonderful. So that's what's in the She Survival box.
So it's not just one or two things. It's an experience in a box.
Oh,
You've got a
yeah.
whole evening in a box there, or maybe a couple of evenings, and things to help you ward off all the stress and strains of the day, and survive and thrive, and maybe laugh and smile along the way here. What a wonderful idea for the holiday.
Time with a little bit of laughter, and you have that in the box.
How do
Of course,
people?
we have our other signature boxes too that are great gifts depending on who it is for. I mean, the Dream Box, which promotes sleep, is great for any mother, any wife, any sisters, any friends that you feel that is going through a lot of stress and has a hard time sleeping. It's a fabulous box. And for the couple who spend too much time together and do not see each other as dates anymore, we have that fabulous romance box that is just an amazing box.
I think that's a wonderful idea. And boy, don't we all need a little more romance in our lives here today?
Yeah. You have that ghost look on.
I know my camera. You're whiting me out here. I don't know what's happening in my camera. It's freaking. Oh, I see. It's got the sunlight in. It's there. Okay. Well, you've shed the light on a lot of things here about in a very short period of time. Try it. What is it? $50, $59, something like that. What a great gift. What a perfect gift for this time of year and for this need that we're going through these days. Where do they get it?
That's right. So you go on to myjane.com, and again, it's called the She Survival Box Hedger Edition. It's easy to find when you get onto the landing page. It's one of our best sellers, so it's featured on the landing page. And for those who want to have for a smaller gift, for instance, for a coworker, we have what we call the mini version. So a few less products in it, but also a lower price at $29.
Oh, geez. So you've taken away all the possible objections here. Yeah.
No, and then we have also a section that's the holiday promotions, and you have a 2-for-1 on a lot of things right now, and they are perfect little stuffers for the holiday, like
it really is. Well, you're looking for that last minute gift. That might be it. And it might be
stuffers.
the one that's the most memorable. You've bought all the other things. This is one they can really use.
Yes, absolutely. You're going to be the star of the holidays if you arrive with the My Jane box.
I think so.
Especially the She Survival box will be definitely
then you can open it together and you can try it and you can enjoy it, and it can be a solitary reflective time. It can be a fun celebrate, but I see it as sort of an event, a party, an experience happening.
Experience.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. It's definitely an experience.
Well, every time we talk, it's an experience. I get a little more joyful. I smile a little bit more because I think what you're doing it's good work. It's filling a need, and it's doing it in a fun and creative way and in a careful way that I think many people will appreciate if they go through and check it out here. Well, My Jane, the She Survival Box for the
My
holidays.
Jane.
What's the deadline? Any deadlines for the holiday? I mean, people are saying you can get it
I
up
mean,
through.
obviously, you always have options to have you always have options to have the fast delivery,
Right.
which is a little bit more expensive. If you live in Orange County, you can always come and pick it up at our office. We do have some merchandise here, so you are able to do it. If you order it online, we can, you can leave us a message, and
So if I'm looking for a last minute gift next Wednesday or Thursday, can I still run out and come over and get it? I don't know, when do you guys close up shop or whatever?
Leave a message or send an email to us at info@myjane.com. And, if you live in the area, yeah, absolutely. You can come and pick it up, or, yes.
All right. Well, I'm going to get one. I think it's a great idea, and it's a wonderful gift, and I appreciate you coming out. I know you've just been so slammed this year. We shouldn't even say this because so many businesses are struggling, but yours is not. The fact that you've hit this market at this time is, you've got the right product at the right place, and I know you got a bunch of little elves over there making these boxes as fast as you can here.
Yes, we do. And the little elves are in Arizona.
Is that where they are? Okay, I don't know where they are. But
they are in Arizona in our warehouse. And but we do have also some little elves here in Irvine, in our office in Irvine.
Okay, well, thank you so much. I'm going to see if I can get it right. So I just want to say Ellen,
that's right.
Ellen,
you
all right.
Got it.
Ellen Blanchette from My Jane. Welcome to My Jane, My Story. Come back each and every week as we talk about different aspects of the cannabis industry, particularly what's happening with CBD and how it can be used to propel you to a better, happier life, particularly for women. A women-owned company helping women, supporting women. What a great idea. Thanks.
Yes. Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in to My Jane, My Story. If you want to learn more, you can join the My Jane community at myjane.com. Get instant access to our Facebook group, Facebook community, educational resources, and updates on My Jane products and special events. And for personal attention right now, you can also pick up the phone and call 833-MY-JANE2. That's MYJANE2. And speak to your own wellness concierge, because it's time to own your wellness. Be well.